Boy, oh boy, it's been a good minute since we last did the little discussion time, hasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It feels good to be back on the discussion train. Like I said, it's been a good while, but we're back on topics. We got plenty of topics to cover. I just never got around to making these videos, unfortunately. Kind of been doing the two uploads a week type of deal, but don't worry, getting back on that train of discussion. So today, ladies and gentlemen, discussion is going to be all about constructive criticism. Now, this one's a topic that kind of recently resurfaced back on, like, coming around to me. We'll get into that later, but the whole thing about constructive criticism is quite interesting because I wouldn't really call myself a content creator. Yes, I am a content creator when it comes to making videos on YouTube and so on and so forth. I used to DJ at one point in time and all, but you know, it's interesting because I've met a lot of people that can't handle constructive or even handle criticism in general, and it can go both ways. We'll start off with the pro of it. Like, for instance, you have comment sections that with people just, saying, well, your videos are shit, and then somebody's like, oh, you make a really great content. Hey, maybe there's something you can work on to make it a little bit better. That's where constructive criticism comes into a big play. That's somebody willing to give a sort of feedback. It kind of stands in its own definition. It's just giving somebody a suggestion or some kind of feedback or something to help benefit them down the road. Now, I've had constructive criticism thrown at me all the time during my with YouTube, and you know what the funny thing is? There's certain things of constructive criticism where people just kind of say things just to get at you, like get on your nerves, but quite honestly, it takes a lot to get under my nerves, genuinely. I've had some people just say, your content shit, but hey, I'll still watch your videos sort of thing. It's like, you know what? Good for you, I guess. I mean, I prefer if I got actual true feedback, not just somebody just, insulting me and then just saying, but I'll still, just still watch your shit. It's like, all right, it is what it is, I guess. I mean, obviously you're not giving a true feedback and all, but that's not what this topic is about. See, I've come across a few other individuals, we're not going to name anybody in particular, but when it comes to constructive criticism, for instance, one girl I've no one say recently talked to, but I've talked to in the past, where essentially she was a Fortnite player, which is cool and all, I guess, and her mic was a little muffled. And I left a comment just saying, wow, great video, blah blah blah. Your mic is a little muffled though, you check up on that, and I'm telling you, you got great content, go for it. And then what was interesting, she blocked me on social media. She blocked me off her channel, and yeah, it was quite interesting. It's like, I had a friend that was, knew her, and I asked about it, and it was just like, oh, he left a rude comment, it was insulting and stuff. It's like, wow, over a fucking mic? Jesus Christ. There's a limit to where people, it's one thing when someone says, leaves a comment, says, oh, go kill yourself, you make shit content. It's like, okay, obviously that's not constructive criticism, but I hear what you're saying. Not like I'm gonna go and actually do it and all. Yeah, that's not how this really works. But what's really interesting about the whole topic in this, genuinely, is that some people are just not meant, or just not cut out to make content, especially on a YouTube platform. Now, I should specify that I'm not saying like nobody should go out there and not make content, but if you can't handle a feedback, essentially, whether it be good or bad, because let's be honest, your friends will always tell you, you make good content, you're great at what you do and stuff. They don't really want to, hurt you or tell you, oh, you're not good at what you do. They want you to strive and succeed and make you feel good about it. Even if you are pretty shitty at what you do. I mean, my fucking friends do that to me all the time, but at the end of the day, I want genuine, true feedback on certain things. That's why some of my videos, I don't delete comments, I don't get rid of them. If they're in spam, likely I'll pass them through, unless it's something like, like literally a fucking scam or some bullshit like that. Yeah, I'll whitelist those out, but still, it's kind of interesting, the fact that some people genuinely get angry over, like, the fact that, oh, you're insulting my video, therefore I will ban you off of my channel, or I will remove your comment, and I just want nothing but good and happiness all over my channel, which defeats the purpose of being a YouTuber or even a content creator in general. like I'm saying, not a lot of people out there are meant to handle content or meant to take on a feedback in general. That's why I believe a lot of people, when they start up YouTube or start YouTube channels, they need to mentally prepare themselves for whether people want to give you shit at the end of the day, or, you know, just want to flat out make you feel bad on the internet. Because let's face it, it's the internet. It's a marvelous place with the good, bad, evil, happy, whatever you want to call it. It's a magical place, I'll be quite honest. I've been, you know, a user of the internet since I was a wee little laddie. God, that takes me back, actually. Back when I had to, you know what, we're not gonna get into that. But it's just interesting. The fact that a lot of people out there they don't want to be insulted. I don't know if I wouldn't say it's an ego thing. I would say more or less it's a issue that they don't want to feel bad about themselves. Maybe they go to make content to escape, you know, the reality of the world they live in, and, you know, look for a happy community, which, by the way, I love my fucking community. When I go on streams, I have a good ass time. And when I'm, you know, even in my comment section, I know I have a hard time getting back to people, especially my fucking social media, man. I have a hard time catching up on that, but that's part of my New Year's resolution for next year. But aside from all that, it's, you know, despite whether it's, you know, a nasty remark or, you know, despite the person that's, you know, whether it's an insult or an actual constructive criticism, don't take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt, of all things. You know, if somebody said, like, for instance, if somebody was to say, you know, hey, Alex, your audio could use a little working on. You know what? I know I lack audio on when it comes to my channel. Sometimes I fuck it up. Sometimes it works out great. And you know what? There's always room for improvement. You could have 2 million subscribers, 1 million. You could have 1 subscriber. There's always gonna be room for improvement, and that's the greatness of being a content creator. Even it goes for all fields. I mean, you could be an engineer, you can be work in computer science, you can work for content, you can make music, you can do anything you possibly put your mind to, and there's always going to be room for improvement. It's part of life. We all have to learn at one point in time, and whether it be good or bad, it's never gonna be all rainbows and ponies and unicorns forever. There's gonna be some kind of sad, like, you know, sad, evil, you know, it's part of life. And quite honestly, when you want to expand into a content world, it's just adding on another part of the SALT community versus, you know, a community that wants to help you and benefit you at the long run. And you know what? So far, I'm a tiny little YouTuber. I'm only like 500 subs in at the current state I am in. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still growing. You know, I got so much more to learn in life. I got so much to learn about the platform as it is. And, you know, I'm still having fun with this. Regardless how I look at YouTube, it's always going to be a hobby to me. And I will never take what anybody says on here, especially like aggressive insults or, you know, just insults in general. I will take it and giggle with it, because at the end of the day, I don't allow myself to get upset about certain situations, especially if it's the internet. The internet, like I said, is a wonderful fucking place. Memes, jokes, you get seriously intense sometimes, even with some racial comments, you know, and I've been hit with racial comments many times. Trust me, it's not the first time I've worked in a gas station before, believe me. And what's funny, I've never actually worked at a gas station, nor have I considered it, but I digressed. With many more behind all that, ladies and gentlemen, I know this video's gone on long enough and I'm kind of all over the place, but moral of my whole point is, not a lot of people are cut out for this content stuff, and it doesn't really surprise me at the end of the day. But hey, if you feel that you're ready for it and you realize that, you know, you can't handle the heat sometimes, you know, it's not for everybody, and it doesn't mean you're a failure or you're shit at life. It just means, you know, this isn't a field I am prepped for, or I'm not mentally ready for this yet. And guess what? At the end of the day, you can improve yourself on that, or you can, you know, build up confidence to handle the certain community and so forth. At the end of the day, I don't let it bother me, and there's alternatives to handling those situations. But ladies and gentlemen, I've gone on long enough. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about how do you handle criticism, or even constructive criticism. quite honestly, I'm genuinely curious to hear how you guys deal with the situations, what you would do to improve on yourselves, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Alex, and I'm gonna go and get back to Call of Duty because I have been depriving myself for a week of that. So I'll talk to you guys in the next discussion.